Shalom Israel, Yahweh Bashim outside Braga Thumb. My brothers, y'all small the Thumb Bashim outside of the sisters. Y'all got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. You know what I mean? We about to get this thing rolling, alright? Alright. No solid. Alright. No sweat. Shalom. Y'all Bashim outside Braga Thumb. My brothers, y'all small the Thumb Bashim outside of the sisters. Precinct Officer Rakab, Israelite School of UPK, 1 West 125th Street, under Command and General Your Honor. Alright. As y'all know, we've been out there dropping this truth for so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. And, you know what I mean? We've been teaching them the truth according to the Bible. Alright. And today will be no different. So, we're going to get into these Brotherhood scriptures. Alright. We'll get into the Brotherhood scriptures and, you know what I mean? Let me just check this thing out. Brotherhood scriptures and, turn that down. Alright. No sweat. Alright, we solid. Alright. So with that being said, you know what I mean? I wanted to teach, you know, once again, man, we always gonna bang on that Christianity. You best believe that we gonna bang on that Christianity relentlessly. You know what I mean? And it's not because we got some personal grudge against Christianity, but Christianity has deprived Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians of accountability. You understand? Responsibility, accountability, you know what I mean, for our actions. You know what I mean? And as a result, we start to see the effects that Christianity has had on our lives. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you see us you see our condition. You see the condition of hell that we're in. It's because Christianity. You know what I mean? The Black and Hispanic community is the way it is because of Christianity and Islam or whatever else have you, and Catholicism. You know what I mean? Because I know the Hispanic tribes is into that heavy. But definitely, you know what I mean, they are to blame. You know what I mean? If they consider themselves to be real men of the Lord, you know what I mean, they should have no problem with me saying that. You know what I mean? Because as a man of the Most High, it's your responsibility to protect the people that are under your command. You understand? The people that you serve, it's your responsibility to protect them. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Let's jump straight into it, all right? You know what I mean? We're going to get into the milk Jones. All right? We're going to start off with 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. All right? 1 John chapter 4 and verse 20. All right? Let me see. Like, nobody's ever taught black and Hispanic people how to properly love one another. You know what I mean? And that's why we'll sell each other crack. You know what I mean? That's the reason why we'll sell crack to one another. We'll murder each other for a drug corner. You know what I mean? You'll sleep with your best friend's woman. Vice versa. You being a woman that has a husband, you'll sleep with your man's best friend. The reason why you'll do that is because, you know what I mean, no one has ever properly taught us how to love. Like, we think love is like a feeling of deep affection. You know what I mean? Love is not just a feeling. Love is an action. You know what I mean? It's an action required with love. You know what I mean? If you say you love somebody, there's things that you have to do to validate that. You know what I mean? It can't just strictly be lip service. All right? So let's go to 1 John 4, and let me see real quick. I might want to roll up just a little bit. You know what I mean? Roll up here just a little bit. Bear with me. See. All right. No sweat. Yeah, we'll start at verse we'll start at verse 20, all right? If a man's 1 John 4 and 20. If a man say, I love God, right? Every Christian professes to love the Most High. You know what I mean? They'll tell you how much they love God. They'll leave it on their voicemail. You know what I mean? They wear I love Jesus jewelry and T-shirts or whatever else have you. They get on a Facebook Live and they start speaking in tongues and whatever else have you, and, you know, thank the Lord for this and that. You know what I mean? Everybody loves the Most High. Everybody says they love the Most High. Once again, this is a verbal expression. You know what I mean? Everybody will express verbally their love to the Most High. All right? But let's read on. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, right? He is a liar. If you say that you love the Most High, but you hate your brother, you're a liar. You understand that? Once again, because, you know, the Most High loves blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? The Most High loves blacks and Hispanics. The Most High loved blacks and Hispanics so much that he was willing to sacrifice, you know what I mean, a perfect son who would be Yahushua Mashiach, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And the purpose that he sacrificed our king was so that way we could regain favor in the sight of the Most High, meaning we meaning so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? We lost our favor in the sight of the Lord when we began to live like these other nations. When we began to live like, you know what I'm saying, the Africans and the Europeans and get caught up in all of their ideologies and philosophies. You know what I mean? We lost our favor in the sight of the Most High. You know what I mean? And, you know, when you celebrated Easter, you know what I mean, and Christmas and Thanksgiving and the 4th of July and all of these, you know what I mean, wicked holidays and Thanksgiving and all of that, man. You know what I mean? We lost our favor in the sight of the Most High. However, in order to the Most High loves us, and he showed us he loved us by sacrificing his only son, his perfect son, his only begotten son, his perfect son, Yahushua Mashiach. You understand? Our king, the king of the nation of Israel. You so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You know what I mean? He sacrificed him so that way the whole nation would be able to come back. You understand? Now that's an expression of love. You know what I mean? The most you can't love the Most High and you put a black man on child support. You know what I mean? You can't love the Most High and you kicking a brother out the house with and he ain't got nowhere to go. You understand? You can't love the Most High. You hate a brother when you do that. You hate a black woman that puts a black man on child support. Hates that black man. You know what I mean? No matter how many you know, no matter how many gold crosses she has on her neck and how many rosary beads she wears and how many times she goes to church on Sunday and catches the Holy Ghost, she doesn't love the Most High. She's a liar. You know what I mean? She doesn't love the Most High because she hates that black man. And the Most High loves black people. You understand? Like, what could a brother have done something so horrible to where, you don't have compassion and mercy on him? However, the Most High had compassion and mercy on us. You know what I mean? Let's think about it. You know what I mean? Like the Most High, like listen, us, whatever we did to the Most High was far greater than whatever that black man did to you or said to you that made you want to put him out the house. You know what I mean? The black man, he went and he got another woman on the side. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why you kicked him out the house and you wanted to put him on child support as a form of revenge. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? We went and we slept out on the Most High. You know what I mean? We whored off on the Most High with that Christianity, with that white Jesus, with that Islam. You know what I mean? We whored off on the Most High. However, the Most High still forgave us. You know what I mean? Now, how the heck you gonna expect forgiveness from the Most High? You know what I mean? When you don't forgive no one your goddamn self. You know what I mean? You don't forgive. We don't forgive each other. You know what I mean? We hate each other. But the Most High loves us. And you can't love the Most High and hate your brother. You know what I mean? It's impossible. You know what I mean? If you love the Most High, you would love your brother. You know what I mean? Because that's all the Most High wanted us to do from the beginning. You know what I mean? He didn't want a black man to sleep with another man's woman. He didn't want us out here on these corners pumping crack, you know what I mean, in every ghetto across America. You know what I mean? And trying to smuggle it across the border. The Most High didn't intend for us to live like that. You know what I mean? Just so we could satiate our own bellies. You know what I mean? Where we could fill ourselves up and be satisfied. You know what I mean? The Most High didn't intend for that to be that way. You know what I mean? And he set up a whole system of laws to ensure that we maintain brotherhood. That brotherhood lives in our nation. You know what I mean? That's how much the Most High loves us. You know what I mean? So once again, I'm going to read it one more time. If a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he have seen, how can he love God whom he have not seen? Like, and that's what I'm saying, like, as far as like, going to the Christian church. Like, we go to the Christian church every Sunday as a people. You know what I mean? We go to the Christian church every Sunday and we told that the law is done away with or what have you. You know what I mean? We told that we don't have to keep the law no more. Christ died for our sins. We under grace. You know what I mean? That means that throughout that whole week, you know what I mean, fresh off that Saturday night when you whored yourself out in that club, you know what I mean, Jesus forgives you and loves you, and it's all right. You know what I mean? It means that, you think God is blessing all the brothers out there trapping on the corners. You know what I mean? You can't be dropping to your knees every night and, you know what I mean, blessing God and, you know what I mean, whatever else you doing, you know what I mean, and out on the corner selling crack. You understand? Like, how you on the corner pumping crack, praying to the Most High, you know what I mean, wearing a cross like, you know what I mean, you some type of religious. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, man. You know what I mean? That there's no responsibility. There's no when there's an action when you could just talk about it and you don't never ever have to do anything to prove it, you know, it's easy like that. You know what I mean? However, when you do have to do something to prove it, you know what I mean, then that's when the real test is going to show. You know what I mean? That's when you know the test will be in full effect. You know what I mean? But we can't say that we love the Most High, and we hit up like you ain't even seen the Most High. You see that brother every single day. You know what I mean? The reason why you can love the Most High and not that brother or sister that you see every day is because, you know what I mean, you don't have any accountability to loving the Most High. Like, you just think, okay, it's some invisible power, and I just say how much I love this invisible power. Yet, I'm going to kick this brother out the house, put him on child support, you know, call my cousins and what have you to come beat him up. I'm going to scratch his car up or what have you. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that. You know what I mean? But you see this brother every day. You don't say, well, let me not do this. But the reason why you think like that is, once again, because that Christianity. But in fact, there is, you do have to do something to show that you love the Most High. You know what I mean? There is something other than just saying it. You know what I mean? There's something other than just saying it that you have to do in order to prove that you love the Most High. You know what I mean? Like, and this is another thing too, right? Like, the Most High sacrificed Christ so that way we be able to come back and serve him. How do you think we come back and serve the Most High? By keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? Like, so if the Most High showed us that he loved us by doing that, you know what I mean, we should return the favor. We should return it. We should show that we are grateful and come back to keeping them laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? That was the whole purpose of it. But let me finish reading this, John, so I can move on. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God loveth his brother also. Like, that's an order. You know what I mean? That's an order. We are ordered to love, you know what I mean? If we love the Most High, it's like, let me read one. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. You know what I mean? That's a commandment from the Lord. You love the Most High, you love your brother. You know what I mean? You love him by not selling crack to feed your daughter, not selling crack to another black or Hispanic to feed your daughter, not kicking doors. You know what I mean? So you can come up and you know, make sure your family is secure and you can pass on an inheritance to your daughters and your sons. You know what I mean? But let's drop that. And let's go to, we're gonna skip that one. Let's go to John 13 and 34. All right, let's go to John 13 and 34. No sweat. Okay. 13 and 34. Hold on, I think I'm about to roll up on this one now. There's something else I wanted to get over here. Or it might be in the next John. Let me just start at verse 1 real quick. See if I want to get that. Okay, yeah, this is where I wanted to get it. Actually, let's start at John 13 and let's start at John 13 and 4. All right. No sweat. So let's start at John 13 and 4. All right. He riseth from supper. This is talking about Christ. All right. He riseth from supper and laid aside his garment. All right. So, you know, Christ, he after he finished eating, you know what I mean, he took off his garment. You know what I mean? Like we do. You know what I mean? After you have camp, you know what I mean, all the brothers, you know, we go out, we rock the camp out on Saturday. Once camp is concluded, you know what I mean, all the brothers start to take the garment off. You know what I mean? The garments that we wear, our holy garments. You know what I mean, with the that come down to the foot with the fringes and the studs and the gems on it and all of that. You know what I mean, with our war belts and the armbands and the headbands or what have you. You know what I mean? Christ took all of that off after let me see. After he had ate, you know what I mean? So, and that's what we go do. We go get our eat on or what have you, take them joints off. But let's read on. And supper being ended, the devil having now put, Salakia. Salakia. Verse 4. Bear with me. He riseth from supper and laid aside his garments, and took a towel and girded himself. All right, so now he took a towel think of a beach towel or something like that. You know what I mean? He wrapped it around himself. All right. After that, he poureth water into a basin. Right, so he poured water into a vessel. He poured water into like a bucket or something like that. All right, let's read on. And began to wash the disciples' feet. Right, so now he began to wash the brothers' feet. All right, and to wipe them. And to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. You know what I mean? So this thing got like a towel hanging over your shoulders, something like that, or what have you. You know what I mean? He wiping the brothers' feet down or what have you. You know what I mean? Wiping their boots off or whatever, you know what I mean? Christ getting to it, all right? And he was doing this for his disciples, the 12 disciples of Christ. All right, let's read on. And began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter. And Peter saith unto him, Lord, doest thou wash my feet? You know what I mean? Because once again, Peter understood. Peter was a disciple of Christ. You know what I mean? And he's observing what Christ is doing. And he doesn't understand it because he respects Christ's rank. You know what I mean? He know Christ is the highest ranked man on the scene. And he's like, you know, Salakia, sir, you washing my feet. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, he don't understand what's going on. All right, but we'll read on. He asking Christ this question, all right? Yahweh Shai answered. So now Christ about to give him an answer. And said unto him, and this is what he said to him, what I do, right? So meaning him washing the disciples' feet. Thou knowest not now, right? He's saying that what he was doing, he didn't fully understand. He didn't comprehend what he was doing when he was washing the disciples' feet and when he was washing his feet, Peter. All right. But thou shalt know hereafter. But he let them know. But you will know what this means. You'll know why I'm doing this. All right. So let's read on. Peter saith unto him. All right. So now Peter getting back at Christ. Thou shalt never wash my feet. All right. Peter's like, Salakia, sir, you should never, never wash my feet. You know what I mean? Because he understands, you know what I mean, that he's under Christ. You know what I mean? He should be washing Christ's feet. That's how he perceives it. You know what I mean? He thinks that, this is something just carnal. You know what I mean? That's what's in Peter's mind. Like Christ is just washing the brother's feet and it's just, strictly carnal. But we about to read on. Yahweh Shai answered him, if I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. So Christ saying, man, if I don't wash you, then you ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? If I don't wash you. Let's read on. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. You know what I mean? So now he like, man, whatever Christ is doing, I listen, Salakia, sir, you want to wash my head, my feet? All right, no sweat. You can get that. You can get my feet, my hands, and my head. If it means that I have part with you, if it means I could roll with you, you know what I mean? Well, do what you got to do, sir. Salaki. That's how. That's Paul. I mean, Peter was like, it is what it is. Then, you know what I mean? If this was what must be done, so be it. You know what I mean? He changed. He shifted the whole mood after Christ said that. Yahweh shall saith unto him, he that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit, and ye are clean, but not all. Alright? So this now we getting somewhere. Alright, so let's read on. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, ye are not all clean. So now this was a symbolic washing. This was symbolic for something. This wasn't, like I said, this wasn't carnal. This was spiritual. Christ was doing something symbolically with his actions, all right, to make an example about something, and he let them know that somebody was going to betray him, all right. Somebody going to betray Christ. Who was going to betray Christ was Judas Iscariot. That's who was going to betray Christ, all right. And Christ knew that. Let's read on. So after he had washed their feet and had taken his garments and was set down again, he said unto them, know ye what I have done to you? So now he's like, do y'all understand what I just did? All right. Ye call me master and Lord, and ye say well, for so I am. Right? So he said, you know what I'm saying? Y'all call me Adawan, you know what I mean? Y'all call me master, y'all call me Lord, which is what Adawan means in the Hebrew, all right? Which is what it translates to from the Hebrew into English, would be master or Lord. That's what Adawan means. And he said, good. He said, you call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for so I am. Right? And he's acknowledging that, yes, I do outrank all of you. You know what I'm saying? However, let's read on. If I then, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, right? Meaning Christ washed the feet of his disciples, the men that were under him, right? He serviced them in doing that, right? Ye ought, flip to the next John. Ye ought to wash one another's feet. You know what I mean? Ye ought to wash one another's feet. Meaning, you know what I mean? What he did for them, they should do for each other. All right? And we'll get into it. I'm going to bust it down. All right? But let me just make sure I want to read a little more. For I have given you an example. So now, this is what Christ was doing. The purpose for Christ doing this was to make an example. All right? To set an example, to make an example out of what he was doing, all right? And that ye should do as I have done to you, all right? Hold on, let me just scroll down. I'm trying to make sure. Okay. So meaning what? So Christ said, for I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done unto you. You know what I mean? And that's, remember what Christ said to Peter before. He said, if I wash you not, you have no part with me. You know what I mean? So this was symbolic for, him washing them with the word. You know what I mean? Like with the words of the Most High. Like cleaning them in that regard. You know what I mean? And Christ was saying, listen, I washed y'all. I cleaned y'all up. You know what I mean? We was all filthy in the sight of the Most High at one point before we found the truth. You know what I mean? But there was a brother that was out there that was doing the work. You know what I mean? That was dropping the truth. That was teaching the truth according to the Most High. You know what I mean? And because that brother was out there dropping that truth, you know what I mean, we was able to get cleaned up. You know what I mean? And then you come inside of here, we get up in these classes, and the brothers take time out their day and what have you, and you know, they sleepless nights, and you know, they take that time and utilize that time to make sure that brothers and sisters under them are getting fed right. You know what I mean? So that way they can get clean in the sight of the Most High. You know what I mean? And Christ was letting the disciples know that was rolling with him, you know what I mean, who he cleaned through the word. You know what I mean? Who he begot through the word. He was letting them know, listen, I washed y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all wash each other's feet. You understand? Like, listen, you know what I mean? We was all clean. Now we are obligated to go out there and clean up other brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Like as priests and prophets of the Most High. Now it's our duty, you know what I mean? It's our duty to get out there and heal brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? By dropping this truth and letting them know the truth according to the Most High. You know what I mean? Letting them know who the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel are. You know what I mean? Giving our people back their identity and their heritage, and teaching them about the Passover and the Feast of Tabernacles and Purim and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You know, and how the Lord delivered us out of Egypt. You know, understand? And all these great things. You know what I mean? And you know, that give our people hope in our current condition, in the current state that we in. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's what Christ was saying. You know what I mean? And that's brotherhood in itself. You know what I mean? Because it was done for us. So now it would be selfish of us if we get the truth and you get the truth and you just, you know what I'm saying, you hold the truth to yourself and you don't drop it on, you know, nobody else. You know what I mean? Because of course the brother that you got the truth from didn't do that with you. You know what I mean? That's why you have it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you know the truth, because that brother, he went out there and he dropped that like it was dropped on him. So likewise, Christ is letting us know that we are required to do the same like he did. You know what I mean? We required to go out there and clean up brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? Stop that brother from gang banging. Get that brother off the corner selling them drugs or what have you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Drop that truth. Let that sister know that abortion is murder and that she should never do that again. You know what I mean? Treats the truth according to the Most High. And clean our brothers and sisters up, man. Alright. So with that being said, let's drop down to let me see. Let's drop down to 34. Alright. No sweat. And once again, Salakia, that's an action. You know what I mean? That right there, that's an action. You know what I mean? That's not just, you know, yeah, we out there and we dropping the truth, you know what I mean? But it's not just strictly that. You know what I mean? You got brothers, they go out there on the Saturdays and they give it up for the Most High. You know what I mean? Stand out there all day. You know what I mean? Like brothers, I know brothers, they be some brothers, well, I will tell y'all about that. But, you know what I mean? Brothers be coming fresh off slaveries and what have you. And they come straight to the camp. You know what I mean? Be out there in the mornings and you know what I mean? Come straight to camp after they get out to slavery and rock it out the whole day. You know what I mean? And why are they doing that? Why you see us on the corner? Are we out on the corner for our own health? Is that why we out on the corners and dropping the truth? Or why we put up a YouTube video on a class, you know what I mean? A class on YouTube or Facebook or what have you? We don't do it because, you know what I mean, for our own health. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course, we try to make our election sure. But, you know, it's not a selfish thing. You understand? It's not selfish. We out here for our people. The reason why we dropping this truth is for our people's sake. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to see our people murdered in the streets by the police. You know what I mean? We don't want to see, you know, our people incarcerated, You know what I'm saying? But if we continue to live that lifestyle, if we continue to gang bang on the corners, if we continue to sell crack, if we continue to be drug addicts, and you know what I'm saying, we continue to be evil and trifling or what have you, and call the police on one another, then we'll continue to fill up the prison system. You know what I mean? We'll continue to fill up that prison system. You know what I mean? We continue to gang bang. We'll continue filling up the graveyard. You know what I mean? If we continue aborting our babies, we'll continue to fill up the graveyard. You know what I mean? Like, we continue doing all manners of drugs and what have you, using all type of drug uses. We'll continue to fill up the graveyard. You know what I mean? And drinking to the point of no end. You know what I mean? To the point where you are poisoned by the alcohol. You know what I mean? We'll continue to die. You know what I mean? We smoke all the cigarettes, we'll catch all the cancer. You know what I mean? We're going to continue to die if we continue to disobey the Most High. You know what I mean? The problem is that we don't know that disobeying the Most High is the reason why we dying. You know what I mean? So that's why we come out all the time, and we let our people know why we dying and how we and what we can do to live. You understand? So once again, that's an action. You know what I mean? That's something that, you know what I mean, brothers do. You know what I mean? It ain't just talking about it. You know what I mean? Brothers get up, they prepare them lessons. You know what I mean? They hit them corners, they on watch, they dealing with, you know, crazy people at camp trying to throw stuff at us and you know, wanting to fight us and run up on us and what have you. You know what I mean? And the police and threatening to be arrested and locked up and what have you, getting our what you call Salakia, getting our civil rights infringed upon, you know what I mean, continuously by the police. You know what I mean? Why are we doing that? We do that for the sake of our people. You know what I mean? We endure that for the sake of our people. You know what I mean? For the Most High, first and foremost, and for our people. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, right? Oh, Salaki, we didn't even read 34. All right, hold on, babe, with me 1 second. So we'll read 34. John chapter 13 and verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you. So now this is Christ speaking here. He said, a new commandment I give unto you. And he was talking to the disciples. All right. That ye love one another as I have loved you. Right. That ye also love one another. All right. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. All right. This is how you know that we the disciples of the Most High. By the way, that's how the world will know that we are the disciples of the Most High. How will they know? By the way that we treat each other. You know what I mean? Yeah. Are we going to get into an argument and stab each other up or shoot each other? You know what I mean? No, that's not how the world is going to know that we are the disciples of the Most High, of Christ. You know what I mean? That's not how the world is going to know that. You know what I mean? Is the world, will the world know that we the disciples of Christ if we continuously backbite and we gossiping about each other and talking about this one and that one when they not around, and you know what I mean, making secret Facebook groups? No, that's not how they will never know that we're the disciples of Christ if we do that. You know what I mean? If we being liars and thieves and, you know what I mean, we stealing money from the people and or whatever other evil have you, you know what I mean? Will they know that we the disciples of Christ? No. You know what I mean? But if we do right by our brothers, we don't backbite, we don't gossip about each other. We ain't talking about this one, we ain't talking about that one. We not plotting and scheming on how to, you know, put rod in another brother rib or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Why? Because listen, we the disciples of Christ. You know what I mean? Christ loved us. You know what I mean? Christ loved us, and he did right by us. He died for us. So lucky. I didn't want to go to that yet. But since I said that, you know what I mean? Let's drop that and let's go to John 15 and 12. All right. Let me see if I want to start up a little bit. Hold up. Might want to start up a little bit on this one. All right. All right. No sweat. All right. So let's start at verse 12. Yeah, we will start at verse 12. John chapter 15 and verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Salakia. Ye love one another as I have loved you. All right. So now this is Christ. Once again, he's talking to the disciples. He letting them know, you know what I mean, that he giving them another order that they supposed to uphold, that they supposed to carry out as soldiers in Christ. All right. That ye love one another as I have loved you. All right. Now, how did Christ love the disciples? Let's read. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You understand? A man laid down his life for his friends. You know what I mean? That's why, you know, we got a slogan, if you will, in the UBK. You know what I mean? That we will kill and die for our brothers if necessary. You know what I mean? Kill and die. You understand? Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his brother, man. You know what I mean? And once again, that's an action. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Should any danger arise at any moment, you know what I mean, to take the hit for your brothers should be nothing. You know what I mean? As far as I see it, you know what I mean, we all should have been dead. You know what I'm saying? We all should have been dead. So, you know, finding this truth is just like, you know, okay, Most High in Christ. You know what I mean? Okay, I get to live. But I should have been dead, and I didn't care about dying. I stopped caring about, you know, dying. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm here, what am I going to be scared to die? Listen, I'm going to be willing to die just like I was willing to die in the world. You know what I mean? I'll die for my brothers, and it will be a much more glorious thing. You know what I mean? I'd much rather die in the truth for my brothers. You know what I mean? I would actually enjoy it. You understand? Like, to be able to take the hit. Somebody pull out a knife, or, you know, of course we're not just going to sit there and, you know, shoot me, stab me. You know what I mean? We're going to wrestle you down for that thing. You know what I mean? If you get one off, you came up. But it's not likely. You know what I mean? But if you get one off, you came up. But if you do, you know what I mean, it's not going to have me shook. You know what understand? Like, it's really no big deal. You know what I mean? It's really no big deal. And it's, you know why? Because, you know, that's what you'll do when you love someone. You'll give your life for them without any thought of your own. You know what I mean? You'll save their life by risking yours. You know what I mean? Without any thought for your own life. You know what I mean? Because you love your brothers and you love your sisters, man. You know what I mean? But let me see. Bear with me real quick. Check this joint out. All right. No sweat. No sweat. Yeah, you know what I mean? Let me see, man. Hold on, let me see. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's drop down to no sweat. Actually, let me put the marker here. I'm gonna hold this. All right. I'm gonna hold this on, and then what we'll do is we'll go to let's hold that and go to Matthew 5 and 22. All right. Hold that and go to Matthew chapter 5 and verse 22. Actually, we're not gonna start at 22. We'll start at start at 21. All right, no sweat. So let's read it. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, right? Meaning them of old time. You heard that it was said of them in an Old Testament, of old time, in an Old Testament, right? Moses, Joshua, you know what I mean? All the brothers in the Old Testament. Let's read on. You heard where it was said of old time, by them of old time. Thou shalt not kill, meaning thou shalt not murder. You know what I mean? What is a murder? A murder is a unjust killing. All right. So thou shalt not murder. Okay. That's a commandment. That's a law. All right. You have heard, you have read in the law where it says thou shalt not murder. All right. And whosoever shall kill, whosoever shall murder, right, shall be in danger of the judgment. Right. You'll be in danger of death. You know what I mean? The penalty for murdering someone would be death. All right. That would be the judgment. All right. So you have heard of how it was said, that was said of old time, right? Let's read on. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause, right? Whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause, right? You angry with your brother without a cause. Like you mad at the priests and prophets of the Most High because we call our oppressor the devil. You know what I mean? You hate us and you talk bad about us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because we speak against all the evils that our oppressor commits against our people, right? That's hating your brother for no reason. You know what I mean? You hate your brother for no reason when you do that. You know what I mean? Because a brother is, you know, no longer eating pork or crab, shrimp, or lobster, and you know what I mean, he don't pop no whores on the weekends, and you know what I mean, he ain't doing no drugs with you or nothing like that. He don't go rob people with you no more, or whatever else have you. You know what I mean? And you hate that man because he doesn't do that anymore, or you hate that sister because she don't go out and she don't live that same lifestyle she formerly lived before she found out the truth. You know what I mean? That she used to live with you that was against the Most High. You know what I mean? You hate that sister. You know what I mean? For no reason. For no apparent reason. You know what I mean? And Christ said, but I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause, Salakia, you don't have a reason. There's no reason to hate that brother or that sister. All right. Shall be in danger Shalaki, hold on, shall be in danger of the judgment, right? So now Christ is likening someone who hates their brother for no reason to a murderer. You know what I mean? And he's informing them that someone who hates their brother for no reason is the equivalent to a murderer and is in danger, meaning they could potentially be put to death for this. You know what I mean? This is hating your brother or sister without a cause is, a death penalty offense as much as murdering another brother or sister. You understand? It's the equivalent. So let's read on. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. Rakah means worthless. You know what I mean? You out here, you calling a black man a deadbeat dad, and you know what I mean, all of this or what have you. You know what I mean? You'll be in danger of the council. You know what I mean? You keep talking about that brother or what have you. You better watch what you're saying. Watch your mouth. You know what I mean? Because you're going to end up in a council. You know what I mean? Now is not the time to end up in a council for, using such hateful speech against another brother or sister. You know what I mean? Like, you will get cast out of the nation. You know what I mean? You want to be easy right now. You know what I mean? And forevermore. You know what I mean? So, let's read on. Where were we at? Go on. So, 22. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I want to drop down Salaki. Y'all bear with me 1 second. All right. No sweat. No sweat. So, with that being said, let's drop that and let's go to. Oh, there was something else I wanted to get on there. No, I'll chill though. But let me let's go to Luke 6:31. All right. Actually, there was something else I wanted to get. I think it's toward the end of the. Bear with me 1 second. What I say unto you, despitefully curse you, to your father. Lord have ye, and if you salute your brother only. Man, I know it was around here somewhere. It's no sweat. Let's go to Luke 6:31 though. All right, go to Luke 6:31. Luke chapter 6. And 31. All right, I think it might be around here also, so bear with me. So I want to see that. Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 41. All right. in response to that, the John we just pulled. Let's go to 41. Da-na-na-na-na. There we go. All right, so let's start at verse 41. And why behold, Salakia, Luke 6 and 41. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, right? But perceiveth not the beam, Salakia, that is in thine own eye. The mote, meaning a mote is a small thing. You know what I mean? Like you looking at something small that's wrong with a brother. You know what I mean? Or something like that. You looking at a small thing, yet and still you got a beam in your eye. You know what I mean? Which is very large. You understand? Like, for example, when the Sadducees or the Pharisees, one or the other, when they rolled on Christ and the disciples, and they tried to check them for not washing their hands before they ate the bread, you know what I mean? Before they ate or what have you, you know what I'm saying? Because they perceived that their hands was defiled, you know what I mean? Like they was coming and they was checking, they was supposed to be checking Christ and the disciples for eating with unwashed hands, right? Which is a little thing, you know what I mean? Which is a tradition of men to wash your hands before you eat, you know what I mean? But yet and still under you know the rulership, not rulership, so like I don't even want to say that, under the leadership of the Sadducees and the Pharisees, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters wasn't even how you say that? So like they wasn't honoring their mother and their father. You know what I mean? Like the scriptures tell us to honor your mother and honor your father. Meaning what? When their mother and father increased in age and you know they became you know elderly, and when they became elderly, they needed assistance from their children. They wasn't, you know, brothers and sisters wasn't taking care of their parents. You know what I mean? And you know, this was something that was permissible under the leadership, under the authority of the Sadducees and Pharisees, which is a major thing. You know what I mean? Like your mother and your father, you know, brought you into the world. You understand? Brought you into this earth. I don't want to say the world, but they brought you into this earth. They gave you life. You understand? They gave you life, and you know that's a major thing in itself, right there. Like you wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for your mother and your father. You understand? And now you'll allow someone to not, you know, take care of their mother and their father. You know what I mean? Like you give them the green light and tell them that, you know, it's okay if they don't do that. You know what I mean? Like that's a major thing. Like you can't be looking at the mote that's in somebody else's eye and you know what I mean, you got the beam in yours. Like how in the heck you gonna roll on the brothers and be talking about, you know, y'all preaching hate. Y'all preaching hate. You understand? When you speak evil to your man every day. You know what I mean? How dare you say y'all preaching hate? You know what I mean? When you talking evil about that black man that's not in the house and you know, trying to fill their child's head up with all kind of nonsense and garbage, man. You know what I mean? You are preaching hate. You preach hate. You got a beam in your eye and you looking at a little mote, you know what I mean, in someone else's eye. You know what I mean? Got a cigarette in one hand, coming by the camp, you know what I mean, talking about we preaching hate. You sitting there with a pack of Newports, blowing it down, talking about we preaching hate, man. You understand? Like, or what have you. Like, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, how dare you say, you know, y'all are racist? We racist, but you selling crack to black people. You know what I mean? When crack was put in the black community to destroy black people. You know what I mean? Like, why do we even care about what's racist and what's not racist? You know what I mean? We can need to evaluate our whole situation and understand that somebody else, and what they doing and what they talking about, you know what I mean, is not more important than me putting down this pack of Newports. Somebody else and what they talking about is not more important than me, you know, taking this brother off child support. You know what I mean? Like, what somebody else is saying is not more important than me, you know what I mean? You know, doing whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. You know what I mean? It's so oftentimes we like to, you know, check somebody else for something so small when, you know what I mean, when we violating in the same capacity and more so even to a greater extent. You know what I mean? Let's read on. Either how canst thou say to thy brother, brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine own eye. It's like that is in thine eye. When thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye. Right? Like you trying to help somebody else, you know what I mean? Like, don't understand it. Like, you trying to help somebody else get off of crack or what have you, and you know, you still on a pack of Newports and smoking all the weed, but you trying to help somebody else get off of crack. You know what I mean? You both drug addicts. You understand? You pop Molly, you sip lean, and you smoke weed. You know what I mean? Why are you trying to stop this brother from doing LSD and mushrooms and, you know what I mean, all other kind of psychedelic drugs? You know what I mean? And crystal and all kind of crazy, you know, narcotics. How you gonna try to tell somebody else not to do a narcotic when you yourself indulge? You know what I mean? Like, you smoking all the weed, you sipping all the lean and popping all the Percocets. You know what I mean? That's socially acceptable. However, this crack that he's doing, this is destructive. He needs to get off of that crack. You know, he's a crackhead. He's a junkie. He's a fizzle. He's a fiend. Listen, you a junkie, you a fizzle, you a fiend too. You a customer just like he's a customer for a drug. And you know, you're using the drug. You know what I mean? You're using the drugs and you trying to tell somebody else not to use drugs. That doesn't make any sense. All right? That don't make no goddamn sense, man. Or how can you be a thief? How can you be a thief and you know you steal and things like that, and then get mad when somebody lie? You lie to people all day. We lie to people all day as a people. You know what I mean? And we get mad when somebody tells a lie to us. You know what I mean? This cat is disloyal. You understand? How many people have you lied to in your life? You know what I mean? You want to cut somebody off because they lied to you, but you've been lying to people your whole life. You know what I mean? Like, that always tripped me out. How, you know, brothers supposed to be real and they supposed to keep it 100, but listen, you've been lying to women your whole life. If you a player, you supposed to tell a woman whatever she wants to hear to get in her drawers. You know what I mean? So first of all, you lying to that woman, you know, you lying to her all day. You lying to women your whole goddamn life. You know what I mean? When dinner abroad come by your way, you know what I mean, you decide to get serious and the broad lie to you. Now it's a big issue. You've been lying to broads your whole goddamn life, and you still lying. You lying to that one you want to be with. You understand? Lying to her. Like, what the heck? Like, you gotta stop lying first before you can tell somebody else to stop lying. You have to stop using drugs first before you can tell somebody else not to use drugs. You know what I mean? Like, Like that's just the basic nature of it. You know what I mean? Like, I knew this cat, man. He said something. I understood what he said. Like, it's more ways to die than one. You know what I mean? It's more ways to die than one. Meaning, you know, you be sitting there and you smoke weed and you look at somebody else that smoked the cigarettes like they bad. You know what I mean? Like, I was in a situation like that in the world. You know what I mean? We talking about how the cigarettes is horrible. You know what I mean? And the brother had said, listen, man, it's more ways to die than one. You understand? However, the brother smoking the cigarette, but you rolling up in a goddamn tobacco. The blunt is tobacco. You know what I mean? But you talking about this brother that's blazing that Newport, but the blunt is made of tobacco. You know what I mean? You putting grabber. You supposed to be talking about you putting grabber in the mix or what have you. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? You smoking the frontos, and you rolling your weed in the fronto, which is a tobacco leaf. You know what I mean? You can't say nothing about someone that smokes cigarettes. You know what I mean? You have to stop smoking, period, before you can tell anybody not to smoke anything. All right. Or else, now if you do that, let's read on. Thou hypocrite. Now, if you do smoke and you tell somebody else not to smoke, or you a liar and you tell somebody not to lie to you, you know what I mean? You're a hypocrite. You know what I mean? What is a hypocrite? A hypocrite is somebody that says something and then does another, does contrary to what they say. You know what I mean? Like, this is another thing that tripped me out too. Like, brothers in the world like to say, we like to say, I don't trust nobody. I don't trust nobody. Nobody can be trusted. You know what I'm saying? Trust no one. You know what I'm saying? Trust no one. Alright, no sweat. If you can't trust no one, then you know what that means? That means no one should trust you. You understand? Like, if you don't trust somebody, then you can't be fully honest with that person. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, then that person that you don't trust, they shouldn't trust you. You know what I mean? You know better than the person that you don't trust. You shouldn't be trusted as much as they shouldn't be trusted. You know what I mean? To think that you should be trusted and they shouldn't because they're so untrustworthy. You know what I mean? It's hypocritical. All right? Let's read on. Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye. All right? And then, Shlaki, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. All right? So now you can see clearly. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you know we lost, because when we in the mix, when we was in the mix, we didn't see what was wrong with what we was doing. We don't understand that, you know what I mean? We don't understand that, doing that, like saying you don't trust nobody and thinking that you should be trusted is wrong. You know what I mean? You think that's the way that things should be. You know what I mean? You think you righteous and everyone else is sick in the head. You know what I mean? When that's not the case. When actually we're all sick. We all, you know what I mean, are sick and twisted. You know what I mean? That's the case. And once you come out the world, once you find the truth and you start to get cleaned up, you know what I mean, and you stop telling lies, you know what I mean, even to women. You stop telling lies to women. You come out straight up front and you tell a broad that I'm going to have more than one wife. You understand? And that's what I'm into. You understand? I'm going to have more than one woman, and you know what I mean? That's just how I move. Never lied to the broad on nothing. You know what I mean? Like you come through all rip. You just saying that you really 100 now. You really keeping it real. You know what I mean? Now you can see things clearly. Now you can see where you had error in the world. You know what I mean? And you can see where the world is in error once you are in the truth. You know what I mean? So let's see. Let's read on. Let me see. Let's see if I want to read on in that. Hold on 1 second. All right, so now Shalakia. So now you go to um da, 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 Luke 6:31. So we'll drop up to 6:31, all right? All right. Luke chapter 6 and verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you. Right? Meaning what? As you would that you would like other people to treat you. The way that you would want other people to treat you. All right? Ye do also to them likewise. So the way you want people to treat you is the way that you should treat other people. If you don't want someone to lie to you, don't lie to anyone else. You know what I mean? Simple and plain. You know what I mean? If you don't want someone to lie to you, don't lie to them. If you don't want someone to steal from you, don't steal from anyone else. You know what I mean? Like not just the people that you don't want to steal from you. Like you can't pick who you don't want to steal from you and who you do want to steal from you. Don't steal from anyone. You think you can steal from everybody under the sun, and then somebody who you want to build with, and you like, okay, this my dog right here. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be my dog. We gonna ride out. Woo, woo, you know what I mean? And what have you? You think that he ain't gonna steal from you, and then when he do steal from you, like, God dang, this cat he's a effed up individual. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you don't want people to steal from you, don't steal from no one else. You know what I mean? We out here smashing everybody else's broad under the sun. Like it's the coolest thing to do in the world. You know what I mean? To say I F'd your B. You know what I mean? It's so cool and it's the illest thing to say. You know what I mean? And the most disrespectful thing to say to another brother is that I F'd your B. If you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You think that's so cool. You do that to every cat under the sun. You know what I mean? But then when you get bagged and somebody F your B, now you like, man, this is a messed up world. That just trifling. He trifling. You know what I mean? They both jacked up. Well, then what does that make you? You know what I mean? You think if you don't want nobody not to sleep with your broad, man, don't sleep with nobody else broad. Simple and plain. You go around here tagging everybody else, John, or what have you. You know what I mean? These cats might have loved them shorties. They might have loved them, and then when you came into the picture and you did what you did, you messed up the whole scene. So now once you find you a little John, and then you know what I mean, you get right with her. The other, your man's come through and crashed that. Now, you can't be mad. You understand? You deserve that. You know what I mean? Not that should be, but, you know what I mean? You should humble yourself down. Don't be so arrogant to believe that this shouldn't happen to me. You understand? I'm beyond this. This is, I'm too great for this thing to happen to me. I'm such a loyal and good person, a moral individual that nobody should ever sleep with my bro. When I done slept with 100 other brothers' ribs. You know what I mean? Come on now. let's be for real. You know what I mean? You think, man, because it's just about who we want to lock in with, and you think that's how it's supposed to be. Whoever you want to lock in with, now they should never do anything to you. Well, they will. They're going to. You know what I mean? And it's because you deserve it. You know what I mean? It's because you deserve it. You go out there and you steal from everybody. You rob everybody on the strip. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? How you gonna be licking cats on the corner, and then when your dog, he steal money out your house or somewhere, or he steals something from you out your house when you let him in your crib. You know what I mean? When he steal from you, now it's like, yo, this cat, man. You know what I mean? How dare he do that to me? You know what I mean? You've been robbing everybody on the block. You've been robbing everyone. You know what I mean? For their weed, for their crack, for their money, for their guns. You've been robbing everybody. And then now when somebody steals $20 from you, you think that you don't deserve to get that $20 took from you. You know what I mean? Well, you know what I mean? That does deserve to happen to you. You know what I mean? It does deserve to have. You do deserve to get stolen from because you stole from people. You know what I mean? And if you don't want anyone to steal from you, simply don't be a thief. You know what I mean? Don't want nobody to sleep with your rib. Don't be an adulterer. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody to sell your family crack. Don't sell anyone. Like, just ask yourself before you pick up a pack. You know what I mean? Before you pick up a pack and you go pump that, ask yourself this. Would I want somebody to sell my daughter or my son this crack? If by unfortunate circumstances, if the Lord just called my soul today, Salaki, if the Lord just he called my spirit back to him, and I died today, you know what I mean? If I died, would I want someone to sell my siblings crack so they could come up in the game? Well, if I don't want nobody to sell my mother crack, you know what I mean? Then why would I sell crack to someone else's mother? If I wouldn't want somebody to sell my brother crack, then why would I sell crack to someone else's brother? You know what I mean? Nobody wants a uncle or a cousin or a brother or a son that's a crackhead. You know what I mean? Nobody wants that in their family. Because now the crackhead, he going to be running, trying to steal everything out your house or what have you. You know what I mean? So he can get money to buy more crack. You know what I mean? You destroying people's whole family with that crack. Now, would you want somebody to destroy your family like that? And them sell your uncle, your son, your brother crack? Or your uncle or your aunties? You wouldn't want nobody selling them crack? You know what I mean? I saw something with a brother, you know what I mean? And it was, he was kind of right in the spirit, but, he was kind of right in the spirit, but it wasn't all the way there. You know what I mean? Because, of course, he don't have the truth. You know what I mean? I saw an interview with this brother, the Montana 300 cat. You know what I mean? He said people used to sell his mother crack, you know what I mean? And it didn't make him want to sell crack. You know what I mean? He didn't want to sell crack because his mother got sold crack. And what he wanted when he got older was to kill all the drug dealers. You understand? Like when you are affected by something like that, you understand it a little bit better, and your perspective will change on it. You know what I mean? If it doesn't, you know what I mean? The Lord be with you. You understand? Like not saying that what that brother was saying right about killing people, but you understand? Like when he said because his mother got sold crack, he didn't want to sell crack. That's how you should feel. No, you shouldn't want somebody to sell. You shouldn't want to sell crack to nobody, because anybody that you sell crack to is someone's mother, father, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, you know what I mean, cousin, niece, nephew, you know what I mean? Like that's who you selling the crack to. Somebody's family member, you know what I mean? And somebody will sell crack to your family member. Don't think that it can't happen. You know what I mean? Your family member will become a drug addict because of it. Simple and plain. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, let me see where we at with it. Luke 6:31. For if you love them which love you, what thank have ye? Right. If you only love the people that love you, you know what I mean? What thanks have you for that? For sinners also love those that love them. Like we were just talking about, you know what I mean? You think you'll give your loyalty to someone who gives their loyalty back to you, you know what I'm saying, or what have you. You know what I mean? You'll give your love to someone that give their love back to you. You know what I mean? Like we don't think about the other so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out there. When we go out there and we pumping them drugs, man, you know what I'm saying? We only thinking about, you know, my family this, my family that, you know, or what have you. You know what I mean? My daughter gotta eat. My rent gotta get paid. You know what I mean? A whole lot of selfishness. You know what I mean? That's what we thinking about. I need a new car. I need new clothes. I need, you know what I mean, a whole bunch of selfishness. You know what I mean? That's why we doing the things that we do. You know what I mean? For ourselves and who we love. You know what I mean? But if that's what you're doing, you don't deserve to be thanked for that. You know what I mean? You're not doing nothing by doing that. You know what I mean? But to love someone that you don't even know, to love another black man, like the general said it, he said it wonderfully when he said, you know what I mean, I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs because you're a black man like me and it's worth something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you, but I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs because you're a black man like me and it's worth something. You know what I mean? That's a wonderful, you know what I mean, thing to say. You know what I mean? And mean it and live by. You know what I mean? Like, just because you don't know somebody doesn't mean that you shouldn't, you know what I mean? How you know what I mean? Another black or Hispanic man that's in poverty, in hell, just like you know what I mean? Living in the projects just like you, with the roaches, with the rats, you know what I mean? And all of that. You know what I mean? All the hell that you living in, the brother living in it just like you. You know what I mean? The sister living in it just like you. You know what I mean? And you only care about you and yourself and your family. Like, listen, man. That person is in the same predicament as you. You know what I mean? They in the same predicament. And as opposed to hating them and keeping them in that condition, how about we just never listen? If we stop selling drugs to each other right now, the black community would be a better place overnight. You know what I mean? Better than it is today. Be a better place if we just stop doing that. If you cut that off, you'll see. Now, think about how great and how wonderful it would be. Like, just think about all the problems that transpire over drugs. You know what I mean? Like, think about all the people that get robbed for selling drugs. Then you get robbed for the selling the drugs. And then the cat that get robbed, if they don't murder the cat that they robbed, you understand? That cat want vengeance. He come back. Now he want to spin it and bend the corner and all of that. You understand? Like, and it's just, you know, or you know, for territory's sake. This cat want to get money over here. You know what I mean? I'm selling these drugs over here in this area. This cat pulling up on my spot. If he come through and he trying to get money over here, I'm a blast on him. Think about all that, like all the things that goes down. Think about the think about the brothers and sisters that's fighting over rocks. Like I was literally walking, I was passing out flies one day, and I overheard what was going on, and a brother had stole a bump. I guess it was three cats and they was all living in the crib together, and the cat had stole a bump. You know what I mean? And he took it to the face, and they found out that he took it to the face, and they beat the cat up all the way across the street. The sister pulled out a razor. You know what I mean? By the mercy of the Most High, the razor fell out of her hand as she tried to slice him with it. You know what I mean? She beat him all the way across the street. All the way across the street, they beat him across the street. You know what I mean? Why? Because he stole a bump. You know what I mean? And he took it to the face because he's a crackhead. You know what I mean? Like, that's what crackheads do. As if they wouldn't have did the same thing. But just think about all of the problems that come with it. So now you will alleviate a lot of, you'll alleviate a lot of death, a lot of problems out of the community just by taking them drugs out of there. You understand? You know what I mean? Like, and now we can take away that false sense of hope. You know what I mean? And we can think about doing something better. You know what I mean? Think about coming back to serving the Most High, and keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? Like, not hating another black man, not just about me and myself and my family, because thinking like that, we'll never get anywhere as a people. We'll never get anywhere for just thinking about, selfishly pursuing our own goals. You know what I mean? We'll never get anywhere because that's the whole importance of what we're talking about too. Because like you look at that brother, you look at another black or Hispanic, man. We look at another black or Hispanic, and we be like, man, or Native Indian, F them. You understand? I don't give a dang about them. You understand? You know what I mean? Whatever. And then we will put two puckered lips between the cheeks of our oppressor. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's horrible. You put two puckered lips between the, and meanwhile, the reason why we even feel compelled to sell those drugs is because we've been impoverished by that oppressor. You know what I mean? Now, if we stop thinking like if we realize, if we came to the realization that, we are all the same people and we are in this condition together, it's not hard to see that. You know what I mean? You look at who's around you in the projects, and you're gonna see blacks and Hispanics right there with you. You understand? You're gonna see them right there with you in that same hell. And then you look at who's not in the projects. You know what I mean? Who has a Chinatown? You know what I mean? Who has a 7-Eleven and a gas station, and you know what I mean, and a chicken spot all throughout the neighborhood? Who has all of this? You know what I mean? Who's living in the the suburban areas where the crime level is at an all-time low, where crime is not as predominant as it is in my neighborhood? Who's living over there? Surely they're not in this same thing with us. They're not in poverty like we're in poverty. You might start to see a little more gentrification, but that's because our oppressor wants to get closer to the city, so that way his commute is shortened. You know what I mean? They tired of living far out in the sticks, and then they gotta drive to the inner city to get money. You know what I mean? They want to have access to the red line and the orange line. They want to, you know what I mean? They want to be right up on the spot to get to the business and slide and swing. That's why you might see them popping up. But believe that is by choice. You understand? You didn't have a choice as to whether you was going to grow up in the projects or not. You know what I mean? Our oppressor had the choice to go to the projects because they have a well-paying job next to your projects. You understand? That's why they want to live over there. They want to live there. I mean, you want to get out of there. You're willing to kill people to get out of the projects. You're willing to sell drugs and murder people to get out of the projects. They're coming there by their own will. You know what I mean? So let's analyze the situation and see that it's us that is in this thing together. And we're not going to get out of it by pursuing selfish agendas. You know what I mean? We have to come to the agenda of the Most High. You know what I mean? And serve the Most High and love one another. You know what I mean? Regardless if you know that brother or that sister, man. You know what I mean? And love them. It's like love is not some spooky thing. You know what I mean? Like, once again, we talking about the action. Like, not selling somebody drugs and not raping somebody and not robbing somebody and not stealing and not lying and, you know what I mean? And all of these things. Like, that's how you show love. You know what I mean? And then once we come to that, man, we come back to who we are as a people as well, on top of it all, and come back to the laws, and we got the laws in order, and now we'll start to see order in our communities. You know what I mean? And we'll be able to build. You know what I mean? You won't have to worry with how I'm going to get money. How are we going to get money? Do you know what would happen if, everybody fell under the UPK banner? If everybody came under the UPK banner, everything would be centralized. You know what I mean? You would come and you would see, you would get under brothers, you know what I mean, that really care and love black people, black and Hispanics. You know what I mean? When we say black, we talking about all the tribes anyway. You know what I mean? But that really love black people. You know what I mean? And you think that we don't have money because we so poor. Like, okay, yes, we're poor and, we don't have money personally. We don't have it, you might not have money by yourself, but best believe that Christian pastor is getting rich off of poor people. Your Christian pastor, your favorite Christian pastor, has a multi-million-dollar mansion. I guarantee it. You know what I mean? Your favorite Christian pastor has a multi-million-dollar mansion. You understand? The most famous cats, they up there in the game. You know what I mean? They got multi-million-dollar mansions, 6-figure vehicles, parked in the driveway. They're eating good. You know what I mean? And it's because they came and they got that money off of us. And you know what they did with it? Versus, helping the people that made them rich. You know what I mean? Versus helping them people that gave them all of that money. You know what I mean? What they did and they took and they did with that was no different than what a drug dealer would do. You know what I mean? Because the Christian church hates black people, man. They filled their own bellies with it. They thought about them and their own family. You know what I mean? They didn't think about, the brother that's living in the project or the sister that's struggling in the projects with kids and all of that, man. You know what I mean? They didn't think about you. They thought about, they loved those who loved them. You know what I mean? Their own family. You know what I mean? They don't care about brothers and sisters that's living out here in hell, man. You know what I mean? That's why they would have the audacity to come to our communities and rob us of everything that we give them. You know what I mean? Pimp us out of all of our money and then go somewhere and buy a multi-million dollar home. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you spend money on a multi-million-dollar mansion and, in the middle of winter, you know what I mean? Like, it was not too long ago where it was below zero, you know what I mean? Freezing temperatures, and the shelters were filled up in Boston, you know what I mean? And there was brothers on the corners, you know what I mean? Sleeping outside in it. You know what I mean? I saw a brother laid out on a street dead. You know what I mean? Because he went to sleep in the... You know what I mean? We out here starving, man. They no different, man. But now you take that money, and you give that to Commander General Yohana. You understand? We gonna have farmland and everything. You know what I mean? Commander General Yohana send 13,000 pounds of food to your community. You know what I mean? You'll pay your rent and your bills. You know what I mean? When you don't have it, you know what I mean? Not live in a multi-million-dollar home, and meanwhile our people are struggling and suffering and dying in hell, man. You know what I mean? Like we ain't out here living, deliciously in this kingdom. You know what I mean? Like we not living like your Christian pastors, man. You understand? But you will see a change in our communities. You'll see a change in our communities when you come and we all fall under one banner. We all come up under, the UPK, the one body of Christ on this earth, and you'll see what real men of the Lord, how real men of the Lord operate for the sake of their people, man. Why? Because we love our brothers. You know what I mean? You think you can't get no money? You can get money, man. The Christian church is rich. The drug dealers, there's not one drug dealer on the block. Everybody's a drug dealer. You understand? Not every single body, but you know what I mean? Like it's a lot of people selling drugs on the block. You know what I mean? And they get money. You know what I mean? Like cats from major hoods, they getting money. Maybe the cat that's on the side street or something like that, he not gonna get to it like that because he ain't got the network or what have you. But the cat that's from major hood or somewhere, you know what I mean, where they got the networks, you know what I mean, and they got people that came before them, and they got relationships with different people and things like that. They getting money. You know what I mean? The drug dealer is rich. The pastor is rich. You know what I mean? Now, you think that we can't get money? If we started to put our funds together towards something, real. Not a false sense of hope, but something that could really change our circumstances. And the reason why we would be able to do it if we came up under that banner, you know what I mean, under the instruction of the UPK, it would never happen, you know what I mean, otherwise, because, there wouldn't be no brotherhood in it. You know what I mean? You be having to worry about who gonna steal the money, and you know what I mean, who lying, and who owns this and who owns that. It'll be a whole bunch of, dynamics that would cause it to fall to nothing. You know what I mean? But once again, brotherhood is what would sustain us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And brotherhood is our economy. Like that's our economy, brotherhood. Like you're not gonna get rich. You're not gonna be the top Don Dada. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be Al Capone and them, and all of these mobsters that we idolize. You're not gonna come up and get rich like they got rich and be able to pass down, launder money. Like you think life is like Power, the TV show Power. You think you're gonna get all that money and then launder it through some type of way, and then you'll end up on top, and you'll be able to buy all type of expensive things and properties and of that nature, and pass it down to your children. That's never going to be the case. You know what I mean? And furthermore, we don't even factor in that, okay, granted, let's say I do achieve what I'm trying to achieve. You know what I mean? What happens if I fail? So many people have failed before me in this thing I'm doing. So many people have failed before me in this line of work that I seek. You know what I mean? What happens if I fail? What happens if I get killed on that corner? Now, what happens if I go to jail? What happens if I get sent to the penitentiary for the rest of my life en route to chasing this money? like I'm getting it. What happens after that? What happens to my children after that? You know what I mean? Will my son follow in my footsteps and do what I was doing? Well, because that's not what I wanted him to do. That's why I was doing what I was doing. Will my daughter do the same thing? Will my daughter fall in love with a drug dealer like me and get shot up in a drive-by? You know what I mean? Like, we not thinking about it. Like, okay, you one man. You understand? If you fail, your whole operation is over. You know what I mean? I don't care if you got a unit or whatever else. Ain't nobody gonna take care of your family once you gone. You understand? Nobody's gonna take care. Listen, when you get locked up, don't nobody even send you a kite or put money on your books or nothing like that. What do you think people are gonna do when you die? You're not even here anymore. You know what I mean? Let's think about it. But but with that, we right up on the time. Yeah, we right up on the time. So with that being said, I'ma roll on y'all. You understand? I'ma roll on y'all the water. You know what I'm saying? So shalom. Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shabrakathm. My brothers, Yahweh Shamal Thun Bahasham Yahweh Shah to the sisters.